Hey, good morning. Ann and I escaped overnight, and we're gonna go kayaking out on Lake Anna this morning, but we wanted to do a chairside chat today. This comes from Nehemiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. It says, early the following spring in the month of Nisan, during the 20th year of King Artaxerxes' reign, I was serving the king his wine. I had never before appeared sad in his presence, so the king asked me, "Why are you looking so sad? You don't look sick to me. You must be deeply troubled." Then I was terrified, but I replied, "Long live the king. How can I not be sad? For the city where my ancestors are buried is in ruins, and the gates have been destroyed by fire." Then the king asked, "Well, how can I help you?" With a prayer to the God of heaven, I replied, "If it please the king, and if you are pleased with me, your servant, send me to Judah to rebuild the city where my ancestors are buried." Now, here's the way some characterize this encounter between Nehemiah and King Artaxerxes. Nehemiah was feeling depressed over the circumstances in Jerusalem. The king questioned him about why he looked so sad. Nehemiah became frightened because servants were not supposed to be sad in the king's presence. Nehemiah quickly offered a prayer to God. God gave Nehemiah the courage to speak up to the king. Now, while all of these things are accurate, they only paint part of the picture. See, it says that this encounter occurred early in the spring. Now, it would actually be around April. That's when this month, Nisan, coincides with our calendar. So it'd be about April. Yet in chapter 1, it states that Nehemiah received this report in late autumn, around November. In chapter 2, we have the phrase, "With a prayer to the God of heaven, I replied." Yet in chapter 1, we are given a lengthy prayer of confession and intercession that Nehemiah prayed when he first heard the news. Why is this significant? Because Nehemiah didn't just haphazardly throw out a prayer about a situation that bothered him in the moment. For months, he had been praying and fasting over this. He was patiently waiting on God to bring a resolution, not trying to force one himself. Then, when God opened the door, Nehemiah offered one last prayer and plunged in. The lesson for us is this: pray, then pray some more, and then pray again. All the while, look with anticipation for how God will open the door. When he does, pray again and plunge in. Pray with me. Lord, remind us that your solutions are so much better than ours. In our impatience, we often pray once and then jump in trying to solve it ourselves, which defeats the purpose of our prayer, to turn to you and ask you to solve that which seems insolvable to us. So help us pray again, and pray again, and look with anticipation for how you will solve that which seems so difficult to us. And when you open the door, as we pray again, help us to have the courage to plunge in. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, friends, we hope you'll have a great day. See you tomorrow.